Constitution of India. Part 1. The Union and its territory. Article 2. Admission or establishment of new states. Parliament may by law admit into the Union, or establish new states on such terms and conditions as it thinks fit. Constitution of India. Part 1. The Union and its territory. Article 3. Formation of new states, and alteration of areas, boundaries, or names of existing states. Parliament may by law form a new state, by separation of territory from any state, or by uniting two or more states or parts of states, or by uniting any territory to a part of any state. B. Increase the area of any state. C. Diminish the area of any state. D. Alter the boundaries of any state. A. Alter the name of any state. Provided that no bill for the purpose shall be introduced in either House of Parliament, except on the recommendation of the President. And unless, where the proposal contained in the bill affects the area, boundaries or name of any of the states, the bill has been referred by the President to the legislature of that state for expressing its views thereon within such period, as may be specified in the reference, or within such further period as the President may allow, and the period so specified or allowed has expired. Explanation 1. In this article, in clauses A to A, state includes a union territory, but in the proviso, state does not include a union territory. Explanation 2. The power conferred on Parliament by clause A includes the power to form a new state or union territory by uniting a part of any state or union territory to any other state or union territory. Constitution of India. Part 1. The Union and its territory. Article 4. Laws made under Articles 2 and 3. To provide for the amendment of the first and the fourth schedules, and supplemental, incidental and consequential matters. Any law referred to in Article 2 or Article 3 shall contain such provisions for the amendment of the first schedule and the fourth schedule, as may be necessary to give effect to the provisions of the law, and may also contain such supplemental, incidental and consequential provisions, including provisions as to representation in Parliament, and in the legislature, or legislatures of the state, or states affected by such law, as Parliament may deem necessary. No such law, as aforesaid, shall be deemed to be an amendment of this Constitution, for the purposes of Article 368. Constitution of India. Part 2. Citizenship. Article 5. Citizenship at the commencement of the Constitution. At the commencement of this Constitution, every person who has his domicile in the territory of India, and who was born in the territory of India, or either of whose parents was born in the territory of India, or who has been ordinarily resident in the territory of India for not less than 5 years immediately preceding such commencement, shall be a citizen of India. Constitution of India. Part 2. Citizenship. Article 6. Rights of citizenship of certain persons who have migrated to India from Pakistan. Notwithstanding anything in Article 5, a person who has migrated to the territory of India from the territory now included in Pakistan shall be deemed to be a citizen of India at the commencement of this Constitution, if he, or either of his parents, or any of his grandparents, was born in India, as defined in the Government of India Act, 1935 as originally enacted. And in the case where such person has so migrated before the 19th day of July, 1948, he has been ordinarily resident in the territory of India since the date of his migration, or in the case where such person has so migrated on or after the 19th day of July, 1948, he has been registered as a citizen of India by an officer appointed in that behalf by the Government of the Dominion of India, on an application made by him, therefore, to such officer before the commencement of this Constitution, in the form and manner prescribed by that government. Provided that no person shall be so registered, unless he has been resident in the territory of India for at least 6 months, immediately preceding the date of his application. Constitution of India. Part 2. Citizenship. Article 7. Rights of citizenship of certain migrants to Pakistan. Notwithstanding anything in Articles 5 and 6, a person who has after the first day of March, 1947, migrated from the territory of India to the territory now included in Pakistan shall not be deemed to be a citizen of India. Provided that nothing in this article shall apply to a person who, after having so migrated to the territory now included in Pakistan, has returned to the territory of India under a permit for resettlement or permanent return, issued by or under the authority of any law, and every such person shall, for the purposes of Clause B of Article 6, be deemed to have migrated to the territory of India after the 19th day of July, 1948. Constitution of India. Part 2. Citizenship. Article 8. Rights of citizenship of certain persons of Indian origin, residing outside India. Notwithstanding anything in Article 5, any person who or either of whose parents, or any of whose grandparents, was born in India, as defined in the Government of India Act, 1935 as originally enacted, and who is ordinarily residing in any country, outside India, as so defined, shall be deemed to be a citizen of India, if he has been registered, as a citizen of India, by the diplomatic or consular representative of India, in the country, where, he is for the time being, residing. On an application, made by him therefore to such diplomatic or consular representative, whether before or after the commencement of this Constitution, in the form and manner prescribed by the Government of the Dominion of India, or, the Government of India. Constitution of India. Part 2. Citizenship. Article 9. Persons, voluntarily acquiring citizenship of a foreign state, not to be citizens. No person shall be a citizen of India by virtue of Article 5, or be deemed to be a citizen of India by virtue of Article 6 or Article 8, if he has voluntarily acquired the citizenship of any foreign state. Constitution of India. Part 2. Citizenship. Article 10. Continuance of the rights of citizenship. Every person, who is, or is deemed to be a citizen of India, under any of the foregoing provisions, of this part shall, subject to the provisions of any law that may be made by Parliament, continue to be such citizen. Constitution of India. Part 2. Citizenship. Article 11. Parliament, to regulate the right of citizenship by law. Nothing in the foregoing provisions of this part shall derogate from the power of Parliament to make any provision with respect to the acquisition and termination of citizenship and all other matters relating to citizenship. Constitution of India. Part 3. Fundamental Rights. General. Article 12. Definition. In this part, unless the context otherwise requires, the state includes the Government and Parliament of India, and the government and the legislature of each of the states, and all local or other authorities within the territory of India, or under the control of the Government of India. Constitution of India. Part 3. Fundamental Rights. General. Article 13. Laws, inconsistent with, or in derogation of the fundamental rights. All laws in force, in the territory of India, immediately before the commencement of this Constitution, insofar as they are inconsistent with the provisions of this part, shall, to the extent of such inconsistency, be void. The state shall not make any law, which takes away, or abridges, the rights conferred by this part, and any law, made in contravention of this clause, shall, to the extent of the contravention, be void. In this article, unless the context otherwise requires, law includes any ordinance, order, bylaw, rule, regulation, notification, custom or usage having, in the territory of India, the force of law. Laws in force includes laws passed or made by a legislature or other competent authority, in the territory of India, before the commencement of this Constitution, and not previously repealed, notwithstanding that any such law, or any part thereof, may not be then in operation, either at all, or in particular areas. Nothing in this article shall apply to any amendment of this Constitution, made under Article 368. Constitution of India. Part 3. Fundamental Rights. Right to equality. Article 14. Equality before law. The state shall not deny to any person equality before the law, or the equal protection of the laws within the territory of India. Condition